Maybe instead of going to a tennis court, a basketball court, going for a run, going to the gym, or engaging in karate or physical combat. Maybe it would be best to attend a debate club, a book club, writing for a newspaper, maybe going into politics. But it's up to you to use the high road or the low road, the higher side or the lower side. Nobody else is making that decision for you. You are the one who needs to choose at the crossroads of life of how you're going to best use the energy of Mars and Gemini. I'm Everett Curdy, and welcome to this video. Please subscribe, like, share, and hit the bell so that you don't miss any more videos from me that will be upcoming, potentially. So, Mars, the day that Mars is going to be entering Gemini is going to be on August 20th. And so it's going to enter Gemini 0 degrees. And then on October 30th, 2022, Mars will slow down, come to a standstill, and station to go retrograde. It will begin its retrograde on this day. Mars will be moving retrograde from 25 to 8 degrees of Gemini. And the other thing I want to say too about this, it isn't just the retrograde. It isn't just October 30th through January 12th. It's also the pre and post shadow periods. The actual Mars retrograde season begins on September 3rd, 2022, when Mars enters 8 degrees of Gemini and begins the pre-shadow phase. Then, on March 16th, 2023, Mars moves into 26 degrees of Gemini and exits the Mars retrograde zone from 8 to 25 degrees of Gemini. And then on March 25th, it is going to move on into Cancer. So let's just start with Gemini. Gemini is the first air sign of the zodiac. It's very, very mental. It deals with the mental realm, the intellect, communications, and all of the data that you could collect in your environment and sort of gather all those points up. Identifying those small little details like the light on my desk, the books, in your shelf, your community, your neighbors, your close circle of friends. So Gemini deals with conversation of having so many ideas that you're thinking of, and you're just really, really trying to get all those ideas out. It's so overwhelming because I'm thinking of doing this, I'm thinking of doing that. Make a list or on a Google document or a physical list. Write it down, organize your life, prioritize, discern what you should and shouldn't do, what's more important and less important. what really, really matters. Not getting scattered in, in one direction and then another direction with all of that life has to offer, to where you're a jack of all trades but an expert at none, or skilled or talented at none. So Gemini is also very adaptable. Can start this thing. Is very, very good at multitasking. And Gemini is also a sign that needs that variety. Boredom, absolutely not. Gemini just wants to throw the routine away, where it's the same old, it feels limiting, it's stale, there's not enough spark or juice or pizzazz or flavor to it. And Gemini wants to spice it up. Gemini does want to change it up. And so, yeah, things, with Mars and Gemini, there has to be that, variety, something new. And I have Mars and Gemini in my own natal chart. So I have this placement. Gemini isn't just one thing, it's a whole buffet of different things. I want a little bit of this, I want a little bit of that. I want the best of both worlds. It's very Gemini, because Gemini is two, and it does have to do with twins and, that duality of Gemini as well. So kind of dabbling, it does, dabble in these little things. So it also deals with possibly having split focus, where your focus divides. Your focus on this goal, this project, this goal, and that project over here. Gemini is dealing with stimulus. During this time that Mars is in Gemini, it would really benefit you to be aware of the information that you're engaging in and how long you're engaging in it and how it makes you feel. This information could be videos, articles online, people, circumstances in life, places, the news, especially mainstream media, all of that. And to, ask yourself, is this worth my time and my energy? Am I going to feel at peace with this? Or am I just going to feel worse? Maybe you would waste your time with something. And I think also, binge watching or, binge reading, when we do something one, after the other, and we, procrastinate by doing, instead of, getting the work done that needs to be done, we do other things, watch videos, etc. And, are you really being nourished by that information? Or is it just, going through the motions? You hear it and, there's no meaning. It's just meaningless. And again, you feel like you're wasting your time. And if I said again, then, maybe I've said that before. But anyway, if it feels like you're wasting your time, then stop. Do something else. However, there are a couple exceptions to this. First of all, if you're obligated to have to read something or have to do something that you don't want to hear, but you need to hear and get that, and learn and retain that information and then apply that information. If you're at a job, if you're, doing work for a class or, whatever it may be, if you have a choice, then, choose to do what, makes you feel calm and happy, and, look to, engage in information that you're interested in, and you would be entertained by, and yeah, but not, there are certain things like any urgent message or, those negative pieces of information that at times you need to hear. And that may just be the reality of the situation. So, it's both and. And remember that you also have free will as well to choose that information and to choose your obligations. And, but some things are just obligations and responsibilities that come with, you make the choice, but then you have to do these things. So, again, both and. And so Mars in Gemini also deals with verbal assertion as well. Again, debating. I have my side and I'm going to defend my stance. And I'm going to have solid evidence and present a very, very strong case. Where there's tactics to get people on your side, persuade people, with the gift of the gab, to get people on your side. Mars, anger, passion, Gemini, words, standing up and making a speech. You put those together and you find Mars and Gemini. But Mars is also the planet of war, and this could be verbal aggression as well. Heated arguments could arise from this. There could also be obsessive thought patterns, mental thought patterns, where you might have so many ideas just, going crazy, and so many dark and maybe angry, scary, very cunning, sharp thoughts. And you may need to ground and meditate to manage that and connect with the earth. Journal about what you're thinking or feeling, taking your phone and pressing record and, doing a video journal, a video diary. That's another thing as well. And doing too many things at once. Biting off more than you can chew. It's very important to really bring down that list of your goals and your ideas into what's most worth my time and energy and what is most important. It's very, very supportive for any newspaper, any argumentative speech or paper or any kind of court case that may come up in life as well. You can use this energy in very practical and very constructive ways as opposed to destructive ways. And so life is probably going to speed up. There's going to be a lot of fast energy, busy energy. You're going to have so many ideas again. So very important to breathe in, breathe out, slow everything down, relax, do one thing at a time, walk through your day, one foot in front of the other, and you don't have to do so many things at once. You don't have to overwork yourself and overburden yourself and put stress and strain and hardship on yourself. Less is more. And being easy and gentle with yourself, giving yourself time to rest and recuperate, and to reflect and to fill up your well with water, metaphorically speaking. That's another thing as well. And then Mars will station retrograde, and it stations retrograde every 26 months. And so Mars is the planet of energy, drive, assertion, and ambition. And it's all about us initiating the new goals in our lives and going after with determination and strength, really pushing for something to happen. It's also how we react to situations. There's self-defense that comes in with this as well, defending yourself, standing up for yourself and your beliefs and what you think and what you want and what you need, even. And so with Mars retrograde, it would be really, really beneficial to slow down and not overwork yourself. And so there could be feelings of being drained, low motivation, low energy. But there could also be something brewing up in the volcano, like Mount Vesuvius. How, you could look in the volcano and see, you couldn't see it, but there was something simmering and goes to the surface and it just blows up. And, if you look into the history of Mount Vesuvius, you can gather what happened. It's important to express anger in a disciplined, kind, and constructive way, little by little, and being assertive instead of aggressive. Like, I'm feeling this thing, and I'm experiencing this thing. I feel these emotions about this person. And, how am I going to express that? That's the question. But not doing it in a way where you're not careful and then you blow your top. There could also be more difficulty with starting new things, or those obstacle courses where you may start something and then there may be a delay, or you may be very indecisive about, should I go for this? Should I start this? And it may require extra hard work and extra force and willpower to get the new thing going. Mars is going to be in retrograde. So the R stands for reflecting. So reflecting on things as opposed to, taking so much action, slow down, and really being consciously aware of how we're thinking and how we're reacting to of situations. Are we just exploding and lying, or being impulsive, or taking the time and filter and think of how we want this to come across to somebody else, and is this going to hurt somebody else? Is this going to make somebody else feel better, feel more calm, or feel more secure themselves, or closer and more connected to you, or farther apart by your words, which are weapons, by the way. And so, how we're thinking, how we react to situations. Maybe before reading an article online, is it really, really worth your time and energy to read through this? Again, discerning, breathing in and breathing out. All those things may be huge at this time. So that is my video on Mars and Gemini. Thank you for watching. Enjoy. And you can always go back and refer to this video time and time again.